from PowerColor. I have here the PCS R9 380X. This is the Myst edition of the AMD graphics GPU. Comes with 4 gigs of GDDR5. Of course, it has support for the latest and greatest technologies from AMD, and 4K display support as well. So here are the specs. You can see there the engine clock bumped up to 1020 megahertz, memory clock to 5.9 effectively there on the megahertz. And also, keep in mind, this is a mid-range card, 256-bit. Here is an idea of where it lies compared to other AMD cards that were released earlier this year. Okay, as you can see there, stream processors, a few things have been unlocked. Okay, and that allows, of course, a higher bandwidth on the texture fill rate. You can see there 124. And the memory itself, 4 gigs, more than enough for your enthusiast that's looking to do some hardcore gaming on higher resolutions. 1080p, nope, even higher than that, and I'll show you that just in a second. 256-bit as opposed to 512, of course. This is a mainstream card. At the back of the box, you can see PowerColor's emphasizing how the PCS Plus features are going to give that additional cooling. Okay, so not just those 2 nice quiet 90mm fans. We got 3 heat pipes going through there. We got nice backplate for additional cooling and support. We got good components, good quality components there to not just allow more power to go through the card so you can overclock it, but also to allow less heat. Okay, so we want more cooling, less heat to be dissipated from these components, and that's what this provides. 2 6-pin power connectors, 500-watt power supply, and you're good to go. Obviously, you'll need more power if you put in 2 of these puppies together in Crossfire. There's another look at the backplate. Do like the design, very nice looking card. Here are the 2 DVI outs, HDMI and DisplayPort out. Okay, so you got your AMD Infinity support, no problem. PCI slot 3.0, okay, on the PCI Express slot. There you go. And DirectX 12 support, of course, Windows 10, all of that. I've got it installed here. We're going to do some benchmarks in just a moment. Remember, this is a mainstream card, not just for 1080p. You can also do it on 1440p, and I'll show you that in my benchmarks. This is the test system that I will be using. High quality components, good, solid, high performance coming out of this machine to really keep up, no bottlenecks allowed. Here we are looking at GPU-Z on the specs. Again, it says Tonga. It is based on the Tonga GPU from last year, so keep that in mind. The architecture hasn't really changed much. Okay, so that's why it's being detected as a Tonga here. However, like I said, there are a few things that have been unleashed to allow a little bit more bandwidth going through this, and that's why the 380X as opposed to 380, right? Now, when overclocking this, you can see here what I've done, and I've highlighted it there in the red box, so you can get an idea on how you could overclock it. Each card is different, so keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to benchmarks, starting off with some synthetic benchmarks, the Firestrike. Here are the scores, okay, and overclocked as well. So you can see there's a bump in frames per second and performance when you overclock it. Indeed, okay. You can compare online. Here are also some gaming benchmarks. Favorite game so far released this year is the Star Wars Battlefront. I've been playing this left, right, and center. Single mode, multiplayer mode on 1080p and higher. You can see the graphics settings are well above the 60 frames per second average with this machine. Very nice, sweet, smooth graphics, and of course with the FreeSync AMD monitor that I've got, flicker free, smooth, and no tears, nothing to worry about. Great on the eyes, very nice to play. What a pleasure. Now keep looking here, you're gonna see some more action. Look at that. Here we are on the multiplayer online playing with one of the interceptors. You know, you can choose what you want to be on the Rebel or the Empire side, and then choose your ship. And here we are getting some great results on 1080p and 1440p. Okay, so good results there. Definitely liking what I'm seeing here with this card, and again, very smooth gameplay. Very very nice to have a FreeSync monitor such as the AOC one that I'm using here on this test machine. Now, moving on to Fallout 4, another new game title. Again, very high settings, ultra high settings, again, on these two resolutions. That's what this graphics card is meant to be used for, 1080p and 1440p, okay? And it really does deliver. You can see it right there on the average frames per second, very smooth results. Even on Crysis 3, you know, you can fiddle around with the settings. You can lower them to medium graphics if you're running it at 1440p, and it's still quite decent, very decent. And like I said on my other reviews on other graphic cards, Crysis 3 really does put the GPU under a lot of stress. Great game for doing benchmarks. Here we have another new title, Dirt Rally. Thought I'd show you this on Ultra. Really nice. Tomb Raider, same thing. Smooth results. There are the frames per second on different resolutions, and even overclocked at the 1440p here. You can see how well it does. Okay, so definitely great for overclocking. Another fan favorite here, the Battlefield 4 multiplayer game. Here are a whole bunch of different scenarios on graphic settings that you could possibly use. Again, great results from that, and definitely recommend, you know, if you're looking to spend around the $229 mark, that's what the manufacturer's retail price is right now. You can find it perhaps for less. Definitely look out for it. Comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll leave you with this last video gameplay on Star Wars Battlefront. Thank you for watching.